Okay, so
Now
it
let's
is,
share the
yeah,
objectives. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Someone wants to join the class. They can keep joining. So we won't wait for anybody. So I normally
yeah,
start because they
yeah,
should not
that is what I'm saying,
Dr.
that I'll
Prachi.
help you out with it and you can just proceed with the session, okay?
Yeah, this is the session only because I need the introductions of people, so what they're doing. So we start with introductions in the session itself. So first is thanks for all the introductions. So Dr. Prachi, you already working somewhere or you're just one
Hi, good
short?
morning, everyone. I'm an educator, a certified counselor,
All right.
and also kind of small-time public speaker.
Okay, great, great. So fine, thank you. So now that we have the introduction, so to introduce myself briefly, so my name is Seema. So today we are meeting here for the little bit of introduction about what is personal branding. Because we will come to social media, but very briefly. So here the objective is to talk about how to create a personal brand. I'll tell you what the tenets of a personal brand and how can you create your own brand if you want to be a brand, and how to monetize it. Also I have it here, we'll share it later. And also where how much tools you can use for LinkedIn, etc. A little bit of that. So this is short 3-4 things that I have in mind, the objectives. And like I wanted to know from you guys, what are your objectives, so we are on the same page. You also want to know about personal branding. Okay, so fine. Welcome everybody to a short session with me. I have about 25 years experience in L&D. I've been heading learning and development in various roles, VPGM roles with multinationals. And now having gone through that cycle, now I have my own startup. So I have see a lot of people here from the education domain. So am I. I'm also we are into education technology. We have AI powered learning solutions, consulting as well as e-learning programs for global audience, CXOs for corporates basically. So this is a short introduction of myself, and thanks Herky for giving me this opportunity to speak to people on Herky, the members of Herky. So all right, so coming to personal branding, I have a question from you first. That when you think of a successful woman, so do you have any names? What comes to your mind? When you think of any successful woman. There's so many successful women around us. Could be from any field, any domain. So any names that come to your mind immediately.
Resilient.
No, meaning that the names, any. That's also a quality that hi Vinti, hi Vinti. So
You mean
any names of some women who are like
okay? You
come to
you
your mind
mean
when you talk
the
about very because this is branding, women who are branded themselves. They could be celebrities, could be any kind of anybody who comes to your mind, and why. That's the second question. You have to think of some when you talk about
mm,
personalities and all that.
okay,
Who comes
okay,
to our
okay.
mind?
For me, the first name comes as Indra Nui. Okay,
Same here. Most of
yeah,
the
and
I also,
second name is like Tamil Nadu CM Jayalalitha.
yeah, yes, perfect. So these are the two very important. So why do we think of them when we think of powerful women or in people who are in our mind that yeah, this is a successful woman? Why? Because they've done their own personal brand. They are everywhere. You see them. They are on several platforms, etc. They have consciously built their personal brand. It's not like it came from nowhere. They could have been working anywhere. Like so many professions are working day and night. They are so successful, but do we know about them? No. So that's what we are here for. That to discuss that why do we need a personal brand? 1 minute. I don't want to understand. Two slides here. Oh, all right. So personal branding for women, this is a session what about? Think of a woman you admire and 3 words that describe her. So any 3 words that describe them? As you said, resilient. Somebody said resilient. Any other something else that comes to your mind when you talk about successful women, powerful women? So
Stronger.
strong women,
Yeah,
resilient. These are the
resilient, and then like adaptive, maybe adapting to
yeah. They're
yeah,
adaptable to circumstances,
yeah.
etc. And they've gone through a lot in their life. I'll give you an example. Let's say Rakhi Sawant. She may not be like our role model. However, she's so famous because she has this. She says that we used to do clean utensils. Bharti, that comedian. We used to go. We were house help. My mother was a house help, and how we came out of that. And today we are successful and we have so much money. So this is their personal brand that they have created through social media, through various. They come on Kapil Sharma's show, etc. So these women, and also that those are from their celebrities, they are so, sought after, whatever. So they have created a brand for themselves. But we first talk about, what is a brand. They have created a brand for themselves. People mistake brand for, something like, oh, it's advertising, whatever. No, it's not advertising and it's not marketing. When we create a brand, so it's not just a logo or a tagline. A brand is when you think of a certain person, let's say celebrities like India Nayogi or Jayalalitha, we have a certain perception, and we have a feeling, and we have a story. I'm sure when you say Jayalalitha, you know her story. You must be knowing what she did, what were the hardships that she faced, whatever. So we have to have a story around the person. That is a brand. We all know about Apple as a brand. We know about it, about innovation, Steve Jobs, its premium and its design, Nike's innovation, energy, motivation. Just do it. Whenever I think, I have taken several sessions on personal branding for corporates. Whenever I ask, I say, what do you think about Nike? People say, just do it. Amul, utterly but delicious. Immediately, a brand has a recall. So, so when they think of, you think about it. It's a reflection exercise. So before we go ahead, you think about three adjectives that people will think of you when they think of you. When they think of, let's say, your name, whatever. Let's say when they think of Seema, I'll give my own example. So what things that come behind my back? What things come to their mind when they think of me? What adjectives? Think. Just take 2 minutes. Think of what are the things that come to their mind when they think of you. Okay. So I hope you thought about it. So whatever they think about you behind your back, consciously or subconsciously, that's your personal brand already. You have a branding with your people who you work with, your family, your friends, etc. These are all your personal brand already, which is there. Every moment counts. Whatever you're doing outside your house with people in interaction, so you're building your own personal brand in all your interactions. So we have to learn how to create a brand that you want. So one is a product brand, which is defined by company with through advertising, and personal brand is defined by you, your own behavior, expertise, colleagues, leaders, industry peers. All these are going to be built by you. So you have to create your personal brand. Now you'll say why personal branding matters for women. Somebody said in the class, they said they want to have visibility. Yeah, sure. If you have a personal brand, it will build visibility, credibility, and confidence. It will help break stereotypes about women can't do this, women can do this. And women with strong visibility are 2.5x more likely to be promoted. This is data as per LinkedIn. So if somebody is still wondering whether we should have a personal brand or not, they should, because it will increase the increased visibility will help in your promotion. Like, for example, Indira Nooyi is known as a strategic, empathetic leader. Michelle Obama, authentic, inspiring. Kiran Majumdar Shaw, pioneer in biotech. So all these are famous personal brands of women. And of course, in the Bollywood, Hollywood, all these things. There also you have like Kareena Kapoor, who's also an absolute brand. Amongst Gen Z, we have Sarah Ali Khan. She's also a brand by herself. So now we talk about what. So we have understood the need to have a brand. We are all very clear that we need to have a brand. So give me 1 second. You also think about, reflect simultaneously that what is your present personal brand, because you already have one here. So I'll share with you what are the components of a personal brand. Yeah. So personal brand is your most valuable asset. How you are perceived, remembered, and trusted. So you have to build trust also through your personal brand. So when you see CEOs are actively engaging on social media, etc., their individual, like Elon Musk, he's so much on media. That's why his Tesla is selling so much. So how do you define your own personal brand? So you have to have a purpose. We all have a purpose in life. You need to define what is your purpose and values and your uniqueness. So before you can project your brand, cannot just go into the market and saying, I'm doing my social media marketing, whatever. So I will gain visibility and this is my personal brand. No, take a step back. First, create a personal brand. People tell me in the class, they say, no, we already are on social media. So why are you telling us? I'm on Insta, I'm on this. But my question is, do you have a personal brand defined that is aligning with your online and offline presence? There has to be consistency. So how you can create a brand by yourself. You have to have your core values and vision. Have an introspection, find out what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. Ask people, ask family and friends, what are my strengths? List them down. Please list them down. It can't be in your head. What are my strengths that are displayed and people know your strengths? Not that I feel that this is my strength. No. You have to write down your strengths. Validate with your family and friends. This is what I think are my strengths. I'm very patient. I'm very helpful. No, we don't think that you are helpful. Did you help me that day? So, okay. Cross. So that becomes something that you need to work on. So write down your strengths, write down your weaknesses, and write down your core. Then next step is to write down your core values and vision. What are the core values that you have in life? Being helpful. Like for my startup, sorry, I have to. My objective is to help people who are dissatisfied with their and frustrated with their learning programs, the CEOs. So my value is to help people, be of service to people. So you need to identify what are your core values that drive you and what's your vision. Only then you'll be able to find out, create a proper branding for yourself. Second is your USP, your unique selling point. Think of what the differentiator. What do you find about yourself? In my case, I'm giving my own examples because it will be most relevant because I can't talk about you. So let's say my unique proposition is I can talk for hours. So, but I will not be tired. I'll not be tired or I will not get bored. I can talk. So that's the uniqueness that I bring to the table, which is communication. And I think I'm able to communicate with people properly and I'm able to connect to people. Something called a PR. Maybe that's my unique value proposition. So find out what is it that you have to offer to the market. If you're an education counselor, what is it that you have which is unique about you? And what's a specific problem do you solve for your audience or client? What do you bring to the table? You need to write that down. And other one, as we said, is the uniqueness. Learn, for example, distinct. What is it that's distinct about yourself? So you need to write down first your strengths, but weaknesses are nothing that you say, oh, I'm so weak about this. I know uh, a lot of things, but I can, so somebody's into gym training, whatever. They say, okay, I know how to do strength training exercise, but I can't run. So yeah, it may not be your weakness. So we are saying that reframe your mindset, write down something that you think are your weaknesses, but they may not be your weakness. So it could just be that you're not working on these things and you don't like to do those things. But still write them down because you need to be aware of what are your blocks when you will go. Because later in personal branding, tomorrow something will come up and somebody will pick up this weakness of yours that you haven't identified. And you say, okay, this person is a brand, but this person has this person gossips. Oh no. So then they will question you. And if you're on social media, they write on social media also. We saw that when we saw you personally or there, you were doing this. People are picking up others on that. And so many people, the reputation is getting spoiled because of the weaknesses. So work on your weaknesses slowly, but today, right now, focus on your strengths. So that will be a part of your personal brand, not your weaknesses. Keep it under shadow, but keep working on it simultaneously. This is what research has showed. So I'm not talking about myself. I'm not a guru in, sort of creating a personal brand. This is all that I've read and learned over years because I've been following personal branding and I've been giving some sort of sessions on personal branding. So this is what we see: core values and vision, value proposition that you have, and your uniqueness. That will be your personal. Then next step is to create a brand story that connects your own personal brand story. We have heard about a lot of brands and their story, how Apple came up, how Steve Jobs was sacked from his job, and he was not getting along with his colleagues. Then he got this idea, why don't I do something of my own? Then he started Apple. Then again, Apple was sold off, and somebody, a buyer, took it up. So we know the entire story about the brand called Steve Jobs. We have a lot of stories about Elon Musk. So we know about our own leaders here, that, let's say Michelle Obama, we know about her personal story as to how she struggled through a lot initially. Then she became a politician, whatever. So create a story for yourself. Very simple, saying that, I was earlier a journalist. So, but then, I got found by G Capital. They were looking for somebody with this experience in journalism for their new edtech venture. They picked me up, and then from there, I joined corporate from journalism, and then I grew, and then I got into startup. So this is my story. Then I'll put some tadka masala. I'll say I'll put some ethos in it, But it was very painful. This journey was very difficult to, sort of people get connected if you're emotional. So you have to find out something which is very emotional that will connect people to you. Like all this Rakhi Sawan thing, I was so poor, and people, how then with tears they'll cry. You don't have, I'm not saying that we give so much of ethos that we start crying and all that, but I've read a lot of personal stories like Akshay Kumar. I was something, used to be working, somewhere in a some Pattaya or somewhere. He used to be a chef, and how he's told for that he's the largest taxpayer. So please create a story about your real life experience. Not that we're saying that you create some artificial story, but the power of narrative. It's very, very important to check on LinkedIn how people have put their stories in that about me. I'm a strategist with this and this. I can only guide you to that place. You will have to search for yourself that what are the interesting stories and create your own narrative of where you have come and how. So story is a part of your personal brand. You take the story everywhere. You meet people. You tell them this is my story. It's on LinkedIn. It's on Insta. Please put it up on all your social media forums wherever you are, on your Twitter, etc. So building your brand, then you build your brand's visual and communication style. So consistency is very, very important in your visual style and what you speak in offline and online presence. So you have to find out about, there's something called the color science. So you have, if you want to portray sincerity, then you take blue as your brand color. If you want to portray, like enthusiasm and all, it's orange. So find out on Google what is the color that you like and what is the, something that goes with that color, the color psychology. Then create a communication style. Ensure your voice, tone, and messaging should be aligned with your personality, which is there. When you meet people, when you're meeting for offline meetings also, etc., if you are portraying yourself as a honest person with the desire to help, then obviously when you're meeting a client, then you can't cheat and say, oh, this is my invoice, but I will give you that much. I'll take this much, that much. Then we can't do anything which is dishonest with the customer. If we are saying everywhere on social media, everywhere, oh, we are very honest, this is our brand value to be honest. Remember that incidents with McDonald's? They said that we are for the nation, we are for the country, and then they were selling water. Then somebody sued them saying that your brand is saying that we are a company which is going to give, we are for you, for the nation, we are here for India. You're selling water in India, here water is given for free. So remember that they had to sell water, give water for free. So that kind of things, we have to be very consistent with the brand, whatever you're saying, that is consistent with whatever you're showing or this thing. Then choose the right. Once you have created this personal brand, which is very, very important, your color, your style, and everything that you associate with your brand, everything you've decided, your value, you're saying, if I'm saying, my tagline is solution before problem, because people jump to solutions. So I'm saying that first consider the problem, then go to the solution. So whatever is your core value and what you're bringing to the table, so you have to have your statement that this is what I am and what is it that I bring to the table. Once you've done that, created your brand, then you go to the right platform. Don't go beforehand only to the, take your time. Take 2 months, take 3 months in creating your personal brand. It's a bit long. 3 months so thoda zyada hai. Anyway, like 2 months. So like 2 months is the appropriate time to create your own brand, because you need to find out your strengths, weakness, etc. And then once you have done that and your colors and etc., then you go to the right platform. Then for content, strategic platform selection is required for your ICP, your ideal customer profile. If you're into business, if you're a freelancer, if you are looking for customers via your personal branding, which is a great thing to do, because obviously we need to monetize at the end of the day. If you're spending so much time on personal branding, So find the right platform where your customer is going and they're spending time. No time wasting, no point wasting time if you are a corporate professional or you're seeking corporate, you know, clients. Then you try to find them on, let's say TikTok. Very rare this thing, they'll be in that mood of doing business when they are on TikTok. TikTok. It's more like entertainment. So LinkedIn will be your ideal profile. So Coursera, whatever. These are the three platforms where people most hang out the most: LinkedIn, Insta, YouTube. And then the blogs, much less, and then podcasts. So you can have a look at the screen. This is how people are spending. Close to 90% is LinkedIn. Then we have Insta, then YouTube, then blogs, and then podcasts. So you can be present on all these platforms. And videos are ideal for dynamic storytelling and tutorials. If somebody's into education, they can put up their videos. Blogs, if somebody's into, again, this where they want to attract audience with their thoughts and communication. Podcasts, social posts, you can do also in Insta, whatever. So how do you engage your audience and grow your influence? You can have a community, like you have a hockey community. You can build your own community on WhatsApp. You don't have to be here. You can create a WhatsApp business account and create your community. This will give you a lot of people and customers. You can have your community on LinkedIn also. You can have your own page and invite people, all your LinkedIn customer, whatever, your connections to your page. So socialize to with socialize your brand. So on different mediums. There's several groups. You can go on those groups and talk, say, even one line on any communication going on, any string going on, you can write over there. So there's one example of Caleb Ralston who just built a thriving brand by prioritizing community. So build communities as much as possible so that you can grow your brand and get audience. So, what are the pitfalls in evolving your brands you'll face is inconsistency. Everybody should be, if you're posting on LinkedIn, it's the ideal is thrice a week. Thrice a week gets the maximum audience. Typically, people browse on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Saturday, Sunday, people are busy. They will not be going through, blogs and stories, whatever. So these are and look for your target audience, that what are the timings that they are on. There's several, research and data available on that. Find out, but thrice a week is the ideal consistency. So if you are inconsistent, then you will be diluting your message. Once in a while you post, फिर भूल गए. So if you're writing, on LinkedIn or any other media, and the over promising, if you promise somebody, I'll do this, I'll do that, and this great, etc. So then, and if you don't deliver, then it's going to also, it's a pitfall. Ignoring feedback, your audience is writing to you, replying, giving you feedback on YouTube, whatever, and you're ignoring it. Kit chalta hai, the person is telling me bullshit and all that. Don't do that. You should have to embrace, you just find the right feedback and work on it. So, and monetizing your personal brand from trust to transaction. So your personal brand, and also you need to have a forgot about elevator pitch. So we need to have a 30-second elevator pitch about who you are and what do you bring to the table. You keep it ready with you. Whenever you meet somebody, you feel that somebody is important, somebody here in your neighborhood, or you're meeting somebody. You start with somebody asks you who you are, okay, what do you do? So immediately that elevator pitch should come to your mind forefront. I have so many opportunities because people have asked me, what do you do? How? So I'm just, blank and saying, okay, I'm Seema. Yeah. Hi, nice meeting you. After that, finish. So, but you have to have an elevator pitch ready with you saying, I am Seema. I'm a, whatever you want to say. I'm a working professional, whatever. I have my startup and I have, helped several customers. I've had, helped 100. If you're a consultant, I've helped 100 companies who are going through transition and I've helped them, etc. Whatever. So you create that pitch, 30 seconds elevator pitch, wherever that will your personal brand's elevator pitch. Put it on social media everywhere, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you put it up. So your personal brand would have created trust by now. In 2 to 3 months, you can, when you start, it will take at least a year for the personal brand to grow and build trust, at least. So then you can start slowly, you're also working on your social media. So you have to make it a strategic process. First, you build awareness, reach, reach audience. Then you interact with the followers, build awareness by being on several social media, wherever you want to be, LinkedIn, YouTube, Insta, put up your brand over there. Then, if you can't do it yourself, you can hire an agency. They don't charge too much. 5K they start from. So they will put you everywhere. Engagement, interact with followers, build your trust, share valuable content consistently. This will build trust. Offer presentations, offer tailored offers. Say that if you want to know more, I can offer you a presentation. I get so many offers on Insta, and I do click, and they do tell me they do call and give you a presentation. Then after that, conversion is dependent upon what they need and what you're presenting. Then you will have conversion. So this is the funnel. First is awareness, then engagement will take a lot of time, engaging with the clients, and then trust building, then presentation, then you will have a customer conversion. It will take some time. As I said, monetization, explore various avenues, online courses, consulting services, affiliate marketing, and brand sponsorships. And diversify your offers everywhere. It can't be one offer for everybody. You can have several offers, one, two, three, four packages for all target audience. Yeah. So once you have a personal brand, it's established with trust and it's a powerful engine for sustainable income. So now we have understood the concept of personal brand. We have understood that where we can go on social media, Insta, LinkedIn, etc. Because it's a short session, we can't go into details about how you will. We can have another session where we'll have how can you use those channels. Your personal branding really starts now. So you define so to sum it up. So you can start your personal branding journey by defining your purpose, values, and unique proposition. Monetize. So when you craft a compelling story, engage your audience, evolve, adapt, and refine your personal brand over time, and monetize. Then you will be able to monetize. Be so good they can't ignore you. If you create a good personal brand, believe me, it's very, very powerful. You will get clients and all that. You will get customers coming to you. They will be approaching you. You don't have to sell yourself. You'll be attracting people to you. So okay, so this is pretty much what I have for today. So anybody, any questions? I have the rapid speaking session because I wanted to cover, what are the key things, key that we can key components of a personal brand and how you can create your own. Any questions, anybody? I hope it's clear. Nandini, Navya, Pragati, Shalini, Swati, Vinti.
Hello,
Any?
ma'am.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an interior designer.
Mhm.
So, how to create my little, can you guide me some tips that how to create my personal branding? For example, like I'm an interior designer. Obviously, my firm name is there. And since 17 years, I'm doing this work. I'm from Agra.
Okay.
So, I have created my brand. That's
Mhm.
why I have completed more than 200 projects till yet. But
Okay.
still, I feel something is missing in my brand or something is missing in my personality.
So have you created your personal brand already with these steps that we spoke about? You have your story, you have your elevator pitch, you have your purpose, values,
Yes,
etc. You create a brand,
yes, ma'am. Not exactly like this, but somehow.
then do it with these, because these are all proven methodologies. This is not like one person this thing because that was something must be missing. Maybe you haven't defined the proposition, the value that you're bringing to the customer. You have to
Ma'am,
define
that's the
that.
main question. That's the main
Yeah,
question.
yeah. You would have not given
Actually,
that. That's the
I
thing.
want to learn how to make a storytelling thing. I am very weak in that. The way
So
you
you just
say,
yeah. So you say that I started my career in earlier. I was such and such 17 years back. You say when I had a dream that I used to see people having such nice houses or whatever buildings, whatever you or houses which were so nicely decorated, and I used to really feel like oh how can they do it? So then it was my dream to create homes like these. So what I did was whatever you're doing earlier. Said I earlier I was studying whatever I was studying commerce something. Then I thought why don't I take a course on interior designing? And I took this specialization, and then I learned how to actually decorate homes and give people jobi whatever is your core objective. Why you want to be an interior designer? You write that. Say that I wanted to do this. This is your dream. You write about your dream. This is my dream. And then you say that how you accomplish that dream. That's what is a story that you create. Then what are the challenges that you face when you are doing 17 is a very long time. You say that I face challenges in getting to be a good interior designer, and then you talk about your storyline, and then how you came over those challenges and you got your first client. I was so happy to get my first client, and now here I am with so many clients. And right, what do you bring to the table? And I'm helping these clients with such a quick example. They know this person had, this is this issue, and I solved that. So that's your story about one paragraph, and you just, publish. So this is the way you create a story. Basically, that's your narrative. Will you be able to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Then it will
Definitely.
become big. And you read about it also on the Google, that how to create a, write it, and get feedback from Chat GPT. This is my story. Can you make it little better? Then Gamma is a good is a good whatever AI tool. So they'll give you examples and they will refine it further for you. So bring it to tables, put it up on your social media. I think this is what is lacking. You are not telling what is it that you special about you and what you're bringing to the table.
Okay.
Try that. And you can
Thank,
connect with me on LinkedIn. We can refine your story further.
thank
Okay.
you, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. So we'll have to, I think maybe they need that, space for that, more soon. We need to close this session now. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for joining. Thanks. And I hope to see you again next Friday. We have another session. You can check on the, Hockey calendar or something. And I'll be sending, one of the snapshot of this on my own page, that what we covered today. And if you have any more questions, you can join me on LinkedIn. You can send me a request, Seema Batsi. And we hope to see you again soon. Okay, have a good weekend. All right,
Thank you,
welcome.
Seema. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Have a great day ahead, everyone. Bye bye.
Thanks,
Take care.
Nandini. Okay, bye, everybody.